Chelsea's Cole Palmer is expected to be out for a few more weeks with an ongoing groin problem, making a return unlikely until November now. Palmer has missed the last 3 matches against Brighton, Benfica and Liverpool with the problem. Asmir, look, just how big a blow is this for Chelsea? Because he doesn't just bring, what we see on the pitch, does he? What else does he bring to the game?
Well, I mean, he's a huge blow, to be missing a player like Cole Palmer, because he's a focal point of a lot of things they do, especially going forward. He's a creator, he scores goals, he takes attention of the other team, which opens up space and time for other players. So he has a huge effect on games. And he's played a lot of football over the last couple of years, and there's been a lot of expectation and a lot of pressure on him to carry this Chelsea side. So it's a huge blow for them. I do feel like this year they're a little bit more capable of handling the loss. I think their squad is better and stronger, so hopefully they can get through the next few weeks as best as possible.
It has been an ongoing problem, hasn't it, Calvé? And he didn't have hardly any time as well. We talked about this only last night, about how much time Chelsea have had to kind of repair from the Club World Cup and then hit the ground running for this season.
Yeah, I think one of the issues for Cole Palmer has been the fact that he played in the Club World Cup. He was man of the match in the final. He was player of the tournament as well. But since then, he's only played the full 90 minutes of the game once. That was the opening day of the season against Crystal Palace. And he's had that sort of issue with his groin injury. And I think Chelsea have thought he doesn't need surgery. The thing he needs is rest. And I think there was another meeting at Chelsea this week, just for everybody to be updated on the progress of how he was recovering. And from that meeting, I think news has emerged that he's not going to be back until 4 more games he's going to miss. It was originally hoped that he would be back after this international break. But I think it is, a blow for Cole Palmer. Obviously, it's a blow for Chelsea as well, but it leads to more questions about pre-season and what kind of effect playing in the Club World Cup has had on some of these Chelsea players. Having said that, all these Chelsea players, their loads are managed very, very carefully. So it's not a question of Enzo Maresca just playing the same players for every game. They have all the data about how much they've been playing, how much they've been training, and they're very careful to try and manage the minutes that their players play.
Well, he's got strength in depth as well there, hasn't he, in terms of that squad that he's got. I'm interested to hear, because he did also say, Maresca's been quoted as saying, I don't think he needs surgery, it's just managing the pain. Talk us through managing the pain and what that actually means for players in terms of what they receive perhaps ahead of a game in the dressing room. What goes on?
Well, I mean, a lot of things go on, and I think that's on a day-to-day basis and match day as well. For us as players, with the schedules these days, you mentioned the Club World Cup, it's basically all year round now. So you don't quite get a lot of time to really shut your body down and rest the niggles, the aches, the pains from a long season. So you are managing it all the time. You're doing a lot of preventative things to try and strengthen your body and not get those niggles. But then football is a contact sport as well. And so as much as you can manage loads and trying to manage those loading injuries and muscle injuries as best as you can, but there's going to be impact injuries. There's going to be contact. There's going to be wear and tear on your body that you can't calculate or see on a computer. So there is going to be those conversations with a player and seeing how they are feeling, what they're going through. And I think this could be a really interesting situation for Cole Palmer and Chelsea. Maybe looking at the fixtures over the next month or so, might be a period where they think, okay, Cole, we can put you aside, let you rest for the next 5 to 6 weeks. We can get through this without you, and then you're ready to go for the busy, Christmas period. So, and on the other question you had in terms of players, what they do, I mean, yeah, we receive pain-killing injections from time to time if needed to play games. Nobody wants to miss games. Professional players have a lot of pride. They really take their job and their craft seriously. They want to play many games. And, you take an anti-inflammatories, painkillers, anything that can help your body to the point of not creating any further damage. And that's always the risk you have to calculate and speak to the medical team about, obviously, what are the potential long-term effects if you do get another injury, another setback. So there's many things that go on, loads of conversations every single day. There's loads of meetings. So we're in great hands, especially these days with the facilities that we have, the knowledge that the people have, the professionals around us. So you're in really good hands. but it's still, you know, a physical sport that takes a toll on the body.
And that managing the pain can literally mean somebody giving you an injection to last the 90 minutes.
Yes, sometimes that, you know, it goes to that extent, especially big games. You know, we all want to play in them. You want to be part of them. And sometimes, yeah, it's going to have to take an injection or something to get you through the pain. And again, it's about managing that pain. If it's something where you know you can't probably do more damage, then it's just about making the pain go away and getting through the 90 minutes and dealing with the effects after.
It's interesting, you also don't want your teammates to injure you, do you, if you're celebrating? And there was a little bit of a speculation, and I know you can clear this up for us, I think, Kaveh, that his injury was made worse thanks to celebrations. Obviously, they beat Liverpool at the weekend. What did you make of this?
I mean, this clip has gone viral, actually. It was Jarell Hato at the end of the victory against Liverpool, jumping on Cole Palmer, and you could see that he winces a little bit and he grabs his groin as if to say, what the hell are you doing, man? I've got a groin injury. But I think then he realises the camera is on him, so he kind of, his facial expression changes a little bit. But I don't think that over-exuberance from Hato has had an effect on his injury, but perhaps it's something to bear in mind in the future, not to do that to a player when he's injured, especially a player who's as good and valuable as Cole Palmer.
I do always worry about celebrations. That's the worst time, isn't it, when they all kind of get on top of one another. I think there have
been serious injuries.
There
have been very serious injuries.
Ribs and all sorts.
I think there was one with Arsenal, was it, when they won the cup, and Tony Adams, they were celebrating, and one of the players fell over and broke his shoulder or dislocated his shoulder.
Morrow?
Steve Morrow.
Yeah, that's not from me. Ed and the producer Danny is telling me, the director Danny is telling us that. So yeah, well done, thank you guys. But it's a real thing though, isn't it? When you're over celebrating, almost that can happen. But they had reason to over celebrate because they'd just beaten the champions, and Estevao was the match winner. What have you made of him?
I mean, I love the signing. We've been here talking on a couple other shows. Really big fan of his. I mean, he's a huge talent. To get a player like him in was a huge coup for Chelsea. Super exciting player. Again, the impact he's already had at Chelsea in such a short space of time has been great. He hasn't had to start many games, so that he's been able to transition nicely and a little bit more slower without as much pressure. So, you know, now may be the time where he can be pushed a little bit more and put into the spotlight and take that responsibility from the likes of Cole Palmer. So he's been a great signing, and, you know, a couple of other players in those attacking areas have really come to light as well, and I think that's been really helpful for Chelsea.
Yeah, big shoes to fill, obviously, if he does step into the shoes of Cole Palmer. So would you think would be any regrets, Kaveh, in terms of Chelsea, the fact that they did miss out on Xavi Simons, who looks amazing in that role at the moment?
I don't think they have regrets. I think Chelsea's hands were sort of tied a little bit over that deal because they had to make sure they balanced their transfer spending this summer, which they did. And I think they've got other options in that position. The options may not be as good as Cole Palmer, but Estevao can play in that position, although maybe physically he's not yet strong enough to play in the middle in the Premier League. They've also got Buonanotte, who they took on loan from Brighton. João Pedro can also drop deep into that position. That's an option, especially when Liam Delap comes back. And also Pedro Neto is somebody they see as a player who can also play in that position as well.